Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to
Hello, brother.
Hello Sister Podcast. I'm your host Reed, and I'm joined by my host
Ashlyn.
And this week we're going to be reviewing Loki. By the time you're watching this, Loki has been out for a week, so we're going to go into pretty heavy spoilers for it. It was only 6 episodes long, but we literally just finished it. We're recording it right after finishing it, so it's fresh on our minds. And then we have an Am I the Asshole, and then we have our TikToks, of course. So let's get right into it. What did you think of Loki, the TV series?
So started off kind of slow. Then I feel like it got a little more actiony, and then I think this last episode just lacked the action for me. I would have liked a little more of conflict than what they showed.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I am okay with the TV shows not being as actiony, but I think the movies definitely need it. I saw criticism that there wasn't a lot of action in this one before watching it, and I also had the ending, or not the ending, but who was the head timekeeper or whatever spoiled. I forget what they call him, the man at the end or something. I had that spoiled for me really early on, but I'm okay with like this. Like I really enjoyed WandaVision, and it was less actiony. And well, I guess where do you rank this? Where do you rank this show compared to WandaVision and Captain or Falcon and Winter Soldier?
So WandaVision, I think it had quirkier and like trying to be more funny stuff than this show. So I think I liked that part, but that was lacking here. And there wasn't a lot of action. So I think I need either a good balance or one to be a little more prevalent. I just felt like they were both low.
Okay, so but which do you rank best of the shows?
I guess WandaVision.
WandaVision? I think, so does it go WandaVision, Loki, then Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think mine is more Loki, WandaVision than Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't know, I really like I know it's like timekeeping and whatever, but it's really cosmic. You know, it's sci-fi essentially with mystical characters in it. And I think WandaVision was very quirky, and I do like WandaVision. I think it had a weak ending, but I think like this definitely ties way more into the movies than I feel like. I feel like Falcon and Winter Soldier, the end goal was to get Falcon in the Captain America, costume.
Right.
And like there's a little bit of set up, but I think this really sets up Marvel, the next big bad for Marvel, which I don't think anyone's surprised by that because we all had our, I mean, it sucks when you have rumors that Jonathan Banks is playing Kang the Conqueror, but I think this, like, at least when it ties into the movies, has more of an impact. I think WandaVision was cool, but I think, Wanda's story and Falcon Winter Soldier's story are just like their own story, and this one is like, you were like, that's it for the season, and I only thought there was only going to be one season, and apparently there's two. But I definitely like this a lot more because of just like the whole. I mean, I just like cosmic stories and time travel and all that, but and I think like a lot of the scenery was very cool, and it wasn't just Earth based, which is what I like to see. So, like. Can you understand that, I guess?
Yeah, I think it's cool that it does tie in more than just be a random story that they're telling. But I do think that I just kind of think maybe leave the tie-ins to the movies and then separate stories to TV shows.
Really? You think it should be like little impacts into like the movies where it's like
very small.
So like when we watch the next movie, I mean, this one really sets up the next Doctor Strange movie because it's multiverse of madness, which is kind of where this ends off. And Wanda's in that, but it's like, you want this to be like, oh, I watched Loki, so I understand what's going on, but you think it's not needed for those, I guess?
Yeah, I think so. Some people just don't have the time commitment for that, but they want to be involved in it. So if it's something huge that happens in a TV show and they weren't able to finish it and then go see it, then you're kind of screwed.
I understand that.
To catch up and be way behind.
Yeah, I understand that criticism. I meant to switch this earlier, but I forgot. I understand that, and I'm okay with it. So Marvel used to have other shows, but they kind of discontinued them, and they're no longer a part of the MCU. I don't know. I really did like it. So who was your favorite character in this story? Do you like? I mean, you can like Loki at the end of the day, or
I I liked Mobius.
yeah, Mobius.
Yeah, I guess I liked him. He was kind of the bad guy, but also kind of a good guy at the end. So
I don't think he ever really felt like a bad guy. You know,
he didn't feel like one because we were taught that Loki's a bad guy at first, but I think it just changes.
I liked seeing, I like seeing the variant Lokis, like the kid Loki and the older Loki and all that. I thought that was cool to see them. I guess my favorite was Mobius, and then I liked Loki. I mean, you haven't seen all of the MCU, so like Loki made a lot of progress towards becoming a hero or whatever, and I think they did a good job catching him up because this is like a different version of Loki than what died in Infinity Watch. So I think they did a good job, and I think him. I liked. Did you like Sylvie, or did you think she was?
I thought she was okay, but I just thought it was weird, like that whole
Love connection?
Yeah, that was too weird for me. If you're the same person, they should have made
It does feel like they're brother and sister a little bit, but like I mean, I don't. It's just
not to take away like a woman role from this, but it's like, what if they made that a guy? They would have made them just be like best friends or brothers. Mm-hmm. And so maybe they should have just made it be a sister and brother type of bond rather than
maybe, but I think I mean, I think the Nexus thing was like them supposed to be having that that connection, I guess, which is supposed to be so weird that I don't know. I mean, it makes sense. Like, how do you feel about like the whole thing that so the guy at the end was Jonathan Banks. We'll just call him Kang. We'll just call him Kang. How do you feel about him like planning them out to, I guess, be that love together or whatever? Like, do you think that was dumb, or you think it's a better idea that they did this all on their own? But
well, that's what doesn't make sense, because they said that in the Nexus event that they caused branches.
Yeah,
love. So that doesn't really make sense. He didn't plan for that then.
I guess that's true. I don't know. Like, it's too tricky. Like, I don't want to get into like the whole branches and stuff. I just it's a cool idea that he was planning all of it behind the scenes, but I think if he was like, "Oh, I figured you guys would come," or some along those lines, I think that would be cool. But speaking of Kang, what did you think of Kang?
A little too over exaggerated with his acting, but I mean, I think he's a good villain. Like, he did a good job portraying that.
And he wasn't so much a villain.
Yeah, he didn't seem like a bad, horrible guy or anything, but
right. What do you think? Do you think free will, or do you think dictatorship in the name of peace and not multiverse war? Like, do you agree with him or no? What do you think?
I'm more of a free will person, so I guess that, but it's like...
So you agree more with Sylvie on getting rid of him and freeing?
I mean, I don't understand how that, like, with free will, that's all that it could cause.
Right. Yeah.
Like, if you have your own choice, then you have your own choice to make peace with everything, so...
I thought... so Kang normally in the comics is a very stoic, very planning type of character. And I think that's what he will be in the future, because I think he is going to be he's the next step, or he's the next Thanos, or whatever you want to call him. And I think that's what his character will be, and I think he was trying to portray like a crazy type of guy at the end, but I don't know, it did feel a little overacted. I do like Jonathan Banks. I've really only seen him in Lovecraft Country, and I thought he was fine in that. So I mean, I don't really have any gripes. I'm more excited to see him play what I think Kang actually is versus that, but I'm not going to have like a judgment like with how we had with Black Widow when it comes to Taskmaster. I'm going to wait and see what the actual version of him, because I understand he's a variant and he's whatever. And I the problem with these shows is like I get so into like I just like to see all the Easter eggs and be like, oh, what was that reference to, or who is this character originally? And all those YouTube channels end up spoiling essentially what happens, and they, sometimes they even have better ideas for the endings of shows. But I don't know. I'm excited for Kang in the future. I'm excited that they're doing a season 2 for this. I find this topic and this stuff interesting, so
yeah, I'm excited to see the variant versions of him. I think that could be really interesting, and they can go so many different ways with it, so I'm excited to see that.
No, for sure. And then there was like a horror scene with Miss Minutes or whatever. That was pretty funny, I thought. I really think this was the best. And then, yeah, like I said, relating to the comic, there's been a female Loki, like Loki turns himself into a female or something. So I don't really know too much about this. I know that like the whole TVA thing is actually, it is based on a comic though. But there's like, instead of one Mobius, there's a ton of Mobiuses. But that's like more the Avengers. That's like not Loki. But I mean, I am okay with them doing their own branching and stuff. But I typically like them to get, like last week I really harped on Black Widow for Taskmaster, and I'm okay with like doing different stories. But I think just completely
changing the character that you fell in love with, because it's like
not even fell in love with, but just like
you enjoy. It's like it's their power costume. It's like all like very specific things you like about the person, and you can make a few different things within their world different.
Right, because comics have always been expanding on characters and character development and stuff, and sometimes they go in the right direction, sometimes they go in the wrong direction. I think with this, I was way more open-minded, and I'm more open-minded with all that other stuff. But this actually, I was feeling pessimistic because of Black Widow about the future of the MCU, but this one made me feel a little more optimistic. And just the direction that they're going. But at the end of the day, I do just love, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man and Chris Evans, So, but I'm optimistic.
Chris Evans?
Yeah, Chris Evans is Captain America.
Oh, I didn't think you knew or liked him.
No, I do, and I like Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, so
okay.
There's a lot of Chris's.
Chris Hemsworth?
Chris Hemsworth, too. There's a lot of Chris's. Is there any final thoughts you have about this?
No, I don't think so. I just, like, I know I ranked it as 2, but, like, I'm not shitting on this series. I think it's good.
I thought, overall. It's funny, like, you say that it was number 2, but, like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier had more action, I think.
Yeah, but that
had better action, but it just from time, I don't know. I just knew where it was going at the end of the day.
I think it needed more substance with the action. So, like, if anything, like, I like less action and more substance.
Right. No, I understand. I think this one actually was predictable, but I think it was still interesting, and the plot twist at the end. So it does seem like Kang conquered, a worse version of Kang conquered, and I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it. So yeah, that's our thoughts on Loki. What did you guys think of Loki? We're gonna move on to our next subject, but we want to know what you guys thought, and what'd you think of Kang the Conqueror? Sorry if we spoiled it for you, but it has been a week, and we did mention spoilers. So, all right, you have an Am I the Asshole? So let's get that pulled up. So Ashlyn here has an Am I the Asshole? And an Am I the Asshole, for those that don't know, is a subreddit on Reddit where people write out their story, and they go ahead and describe the story, and basically they go, hey, was I in the wrong or in the right there? The reason why I always reiterate this, though, I had someone ask me, is because when we were like, last week we did a Black Widow review, so there might be someone interested to hear what we have to say about Black Widow. So if they keep watching, I want to explain essentially what's going on. But sorry I have to keep explaining it, but there could always be a new viewer, and I don't want them to not know what's going on. But go ahead.
Am I the asshole for kicking my sister out of my family gathering after a comment about adopted son? Some feel I, 32 male, should have handled the situation, but I don't see how I'm wrong. Me and my sister, 37-year-old female, are not as close as we used to be because of some messed up stuff that happened years ago. I had my son Jesse, 9, pretty young. Months after that, to my surprise, my ex was pregnant again. Only I knew it wasn't me because having an infant to take care of and provide for left me with zero interest in sex. And we found out it was my sister's fiance, ex now, that she was seeing behind our back. So they both were with them then.
So like yeah, his baby mama and his sister's fiance.
Yeah.
Okay.
It hurt. Worst pain ever, but for my son's sake, I tried to get past it. I come from a family of half siblings too, so I wanted my son to be close to his half brother, Keith. Surprise, not only were they, my ex and my sister's ex, horrible lying cheaters, but also terrible parents. Both got hooked on drugs, only escalated from there. He got locked up when Keith was 3. This particular issue with my sister happened a couple years ago. My ex got sick. She was scared of Keith ending up in foster care like her, and I didn't want that for him either. I legally adopted him before she passed when he was 6. Not everyone in my family was on board at first, but he's the kind of kid that is hard not to love, so they warmed up to him. My sister never did, though. She hated that I brought this son of her ex-fiance into my family, and I understood why it was painful, but Keith's and Jesse's best interests were my main priority. That's how we drifted apart. Last weekend was my birthday and had a small barbecue at my place. My parents have tried hard to mend things between us, so they convinced me to let her come too so we can chat. I thought that meant she was cool with Keith because obviously the 3 of us are a package deal. I asked my parents how would she feel about Keith. They said not to worry about it. Again, I took it as she came around. Only she wasn't told he would also be present. But how could he not be? He lives there. My sister got there and she was mad when she saw him. She very specifically said, I thought this was family only. What's he doing here? Loud enough where he could have easily heard, but thankfully he was playing with his brother. My sister was pissed because my parents told her Keith wouldn't be around, and I got pissed when she told me she didn't want him here, expecting me to do something about it. So I just told her to leave, and she's not welcome here then. There was some back and forth from her and my parents. I didn't want that kind of talk around my son, so still made her leave. My mom seems to think I was a huge asshole for kicking her out of my party instead of trying to work things out. Like they take Keith somewhere out of sight while me and her talk, but to me, what's the point of us working it out if that's how she feels towards my son? Well, this is causing some conflict since I escalated the feud by making her leave instead of actually talking to her. Am I the asshole?
What? You want me to go first or you go first? First off, I think I think the parents are kind of the worst part of this. I think whatever the sister feels is how she feels, and if it's really upsetting, like she could have been head over heels about her ex-fiance, and if that kid reminds her of that and she's still struggling to get over it, I think she's not wrong to be upset. I think she needs to learn how to direct those feelings and not aim it towards the kid, but just be like she needs to be more sympathetic as opposed to aggressive when it comes to it, and just be like, I really, really cannot get over this. I think the parents are kind of the worst, the ones in the wrong here, because they basically lied on both sides about what was going on. I think the sister is kind of weird for being like she knows that the brother has this kid, but maybe I don't know what she expected, but if she asked and they were like, no, they're not going to be there, then that's what it is. They're both 35 plus adults.
He's 32.
They're both 30
37.
plus adults. They should be able to work things out, and he should be sympathetic to what she's feeling, but she should also be sympathetic to wanting his son to have his son, right? His two sons.
Son.
Does he have 2 sons though, or was it
the one's his biological, the other one's
right.
not his. But...
No, I know. So I just want to make sure he had 2 boys, not just okay. And so they both can be like, okay, let's explain this, and like he should be like, maybe you are like, I mean, they're adults, they can talk it out, but like real quickly, I think just reading that, I was like, oh, she's directing her anger at the wrong person, but like I'm sympathetic to her feelings, but not everybody can direct anger, and sometimes people lash out, but yeah, I definitely think it's the parents' fault. I think they're both just not sympathetic to what each other is thinking or going on with, but I think the parents are the worst part in this. What do you think?
I mean, he adopted the kid, so
right.
Like she kind of has to get used to it, or just not be a part of the family, or that family.
Mm-hmm.
So things are gonna have to either be separate or whatever. But like that's a kid at the end of the day. The kid did nothing wrong. You can't be saying stuff in front of that kid when it's not his fault and try to make him feel bad for something that's not him. And honestly, she should be kind of glad that, like, that kid is taken out of that situation and put in a better one.
Mm-hmm.
But I do understand, like, that's hurtful to her.
Right. And
I get that, but at some point you have to be an adult and go to therapy, work it out, and try to make amends and not make that an issue for the kid. Because that's not the kid's fault. But, yeah, again, the parents are the worst part. They need to at least not lie about that stuff or whatever.
It's not going to fix things. No, I'm sympathetic to all parts. And, like, the mom and the parents just wanted their kids to make amends. And I don't know. I mean, the parents are in the wrong. The sister's in the wrong for taking out on kid. And then I think finally he should just be, like... I mean, he should go ahead and be, like, try and understand or, like, approach her that he's, like, I'm willing to understand. And I think this is what it is or something.
I mean, I think it's a tough situation, but, like, he did not need to take that kid in. And, like, he did a big thing, like a very mature adult thing. And I think that's good for him.
Right.
So, I mean, that's a tough thing to do, too. So, I'm like, how can he forgive so easly and take another child in, but she can't even be in the same room and not make comments?
Well, that's, I don't know. Just some people have a harder time getting over things. I don't know.
I get that, but like at some point, be an adult and realize that's a child.
Right.
Like you can't say stuff about a kid like that.
No, I understand, and I think that's true. I wonder what they're saying. I think everybody sucks or something. Not the asshole, regardless of what happened in the past between consenting adults. Keith is a child. Is absolutely innocent. Bless you for having a huge heart. I mean, yeah, I agree. I honestly just think, yeah, I don't know. Any last thoughts? I think I pretty much said everything I want to say on this topic. Good one, though. Very interesting. All right, it is TikTok time. Are you ready for some TikToks?
I'm ready for some TikToks.
I wonder when eventually we will have overlapping ones. I bet you we will at some point.
At some point.
We have to. I just thought that was funny.
It is funny.
Did you hear that they lost their first exhibition game?
To who?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
That.
I don't remember. Hold on. Let me look it up. So they lost. So it looks like they lost to Nigeria 90-87.
Who played?
Kevin Durant had 28 minutes.
Oh my god. They actually had really good players.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. I don't know. I think they probably went a little easy on it or something.
I guess. God, that's awful.
Yeah, that's awful.
Are we getting soft?
Maybe. Who knows? All right, here's my second one.
He's the real Vados Locos popped his ass with a beer can.
Fucking move! Oh, hang on, there's one more! I got one over here!
Oh my god, what do you throw up? Beer can?
Yeah, beer
He's
can.
the real Vados.
That's pretty ballsy. That's pretty ballsy.
Like, they have guns, don't they?
I think those are tasers out, but...
Look at their hip, though.
Locos popped his ass with a beer can.
I know. I mean, I just can't believe they weren't, like... I mean, that could have been really bad if it was, like, someone with, you know, that didn't just have a beer.
That's crazy.
He hit him right in the freaking head, though. That was...
Well, they could have taken that as something else and, like, totally shot at him.
I know. But
my god.
He's just hiding out in his little house and just threw a beer can. Like, they're not going to come get him or something.
Right.
All right, are you ready for number 3?
Did she pass out?
Yeah, she knocked herself out.
Bro, I've hit my head on the ground way harder than that.
She knocked herself out. I don't know. She knocked herself
I don't even understand.
out. Maybe she had a concussion beforehand or something.
Maybe. Or she blacked out already.
That's crazy, don't you think?
People only.
You hate
for
horses,
sale,
right?
not on sale.
No, I really don't.
I know what I've got. Grade mare. Very talented. People only.
How the fuck? I didn't even think
They're
I didn't
strong
think they could
creatures.
jump like that.
They're strong creatures. They have
I
those little
did.
horse things where they jump over stuff.
Yeah, I didn't think they were that high.
I mean, it really didn't get over it. It's not like it cleared the fence. It's still strong enough to
Thought
bust
it did
through it.
okay.
All right, here's my last one. Ready? This is wild.
I try to hit it, honestly.
I know. All the comments that I read were like, oh, she definitely did that on purpose.
Why wouldn't you if
I
it's
know.
just standing there?
Have you ever been attacked by a goose?
I have not. Have you?
My stepdad and I were really close. We were walking into like a basketball practice and there was a geese by the front door. And so like he tried to shoo it away and he went in first. And as he went in first, so he had the door open and he got like his back in the door. So his back was like parallel to like the door entrance, right? Mm-hmm. And it flew right behind him. It was crazy.
God, that'd freak me out.
So I don't really mess with geese like that,
I hate them.
but they're a protected species, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything to them.
All right, here's your first one. Ready? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh.
It freaked me out so bad the first time I saw it. It's so close. I've never had an experience like that, but like I was like, holy shit.
Oh, those are the worst. You've probably had experiences like that where
Nothing
you're
like that I die like.
Yeah, that's bonkers. I can't believe that. Oh man. I think I've had something like that. I can't remember, but who knows?
I've had like an accident almost like that, but I don't think I die like quite as quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. That was definitely scary though. Oh my goodness.
Her head
How?
I don't know. But that's like a material you wouldn't want to scrape her face on,
Oh
so
my
they can't
God.
just yank it out.
Oh no.
I don't even know how that, like, who goes, I want to look in.
How do you... It's just so funny how you could get your head
But not out.
But not out. Have you ever had, like, your hand get stuck in something or your...
Yeah. It's weird how it's, like, easy to put in, and then it's like, oh, shit.
I know. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've had my... Have you ever, like, had to, like, break something to get out or...
I've had, like, rings, I guess, get stuck before.
And that's scary.
Yeah, and then, like, I've had my hand get stuck in stuff like a bar, and it just took me, like, a while to finally calm down and then, like, slip it out after I chilled out.
That's crazy. That's awesome. I don't think I've had anything like that. I think for the most, like, I've put my fist in a pickle jar before and been like, I can't get this out. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I've definitely used, like, soap to get my finger, like...
Right, something out of something.
I was messing with my mom's rings when I was, like, 12 or something, you know. All right, next up.
All right, ready? Yeah. Oh, dude, this is easy peasy, bro. Look at me. Oh, bro, I can probably do this blindfolded. Okay, I'm ready, I guess.
Can you see anything?
No.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Dude, yeah, this is easy. John?
It's stupid, but, like, that's usually the stuff that you find funny is when people get run over by cars.
Me?
Yeah.
There's one video that I like where a guy gets hit by a car, and that's it. And that's because you can't see anything. Did you think that was right up my alley?
No, I thought it'd just be like, oh, if he had actually gone through with it, that'd be hilarious.
I think probably if...
He should have tapped him, I think.
I think so, too. But I think that guy would be like, I don't know, like...
I'd be okay if you tapped me with a car.
I have tapped you with a car before.
When?
You don't remember? Oh, you must have hit your head really hard during that time. All right. Next up.
TikTok. Man, man, look at the hair standing up on mine. Look, digging out from a water line.
Oh my God.
Did you call? Hold up. Did you call the cops, Angie?
Yes, I did. They should be coming.
Look,
sounds like them now.
Get a little closer so they can see it. I swear to God, it's a skull, baby. Look, come here. come here and look.
Oh
Look
my
at-
God.
That is a skull. I can hear them coming now. Hold on. The cops are getting close, but look here, y'all.
Why is he trying to pull it out of the ground? Why would you touch it?
Because he's an
Trying
idiot.
not to-
I hope it was like a rabbit.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a skull.
It's
Oh,
like,
Oh
why
my
would you
God.
tamper with evidence like
Oh.
that?
Oh my God.
oh fuck.
It's definitely a skull.
What is it?
Look. Biden sucks!
Oh my
No,
God.
it's not. The whole time I was like, why the is he like touching that? That's tampering with evidence. Like you could get arrested for that.
That was so fucking stupid.
Sorry. I just thought the buildup was okay.
Whose Facebook page did you go to get this?
Yours?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're right. You're right. That was boomer tier. That build-up was pretty good, though. I was like, what a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. Chill out, bro.
He got me. He got me. He had 1.4 million likes. That's... All right. Good job, boomer. Not you.
Men who work
him.
out are way more accepting of women's bodies than men who
Cap. Big cap. No, we're not. We don't want to date fat girls. You.
First of all, turn on your stitches, bozo. And this man is completely wrong. She's fat. I'm still dating her.
I'd be so
Men who work
mad
out.
at you if you did that.
Oh, my goodness. I don't agree with her. I don't know.
No, I disagree.
You disagree with her? You think...
I think like men that work out are more like, oh, I want someone like that works out too, and
Yeah, I
or
think...
at least like is in good shape.
I mean, I don't think I'm in the best shape in the world, but I think I understand what it takes to like look like Chris Hemsworth and stuff. So like I know what that looks like, or the amount of effort that would go into like for a female to look like that. Or
Do you?
I'm saying there's a lot of effort. Oh my God, I'm digging myself at home. There's a lot of effort that goes into working on how you look, and it's not always easy. And I think people who are into fitness are more accepting of it. Well, I don't think that there's ones that don't work out aren't accepting. I think there's just guys who have fucking weird expectations. Same with women who have weird expectations for their significant others and how they look like.
I could just see like what she's talking about. I could just see that from like frat guys, not like normal actual people.
That's true. Yeah, I think
That's the only thing that I could say like she might be right on, but it's only one little section of guys.
right. And I mean, like, I think it's such a weird spot. Like, I think guys who work out want a girl who also works out or who cares about her body, but at the end of the day, they're not going to make a big deal essentially about how they look, or if their girlfriend, I don't know, has a little bit of tum or something. Like, I don't know. I think guys are really not as judgmental as women think they are, first in general. But I think that was pretty funny, that guy's ending. That was so rude. But so I mean, like, what do you think?
I'd punch you in the face.
I know, but what do you you just like frat guys want?
Yeah, and it's like not even all frat guys. It's like one section of them, so it's like not all guys.
Mm-hmm. And you've met a lot of frat guys.
Oh yeah, so many.
All right, well, that does it for our episode of
Hello, brother.
Hello, sister. What'd you think of our TikToks? What'd you think of the Am I the Asshole? What'd you think of the Loki TV show? We have a lot of fun doing this. If you have any topics that you want us to talk about, please let us know. Someone suggested doing the Snake Eyes movie. I don't know if we'll go see that. I don't really have a desire to go see it, and if I don't have a desire, I definitely know that she doesn't. So I'm not going to force us to go do that. But maybe we'll go see it on a boring day or something. But yeah, let us know what you think about Loki. I really want to know what everyone thought about Kang, and I want to know if you're a comic reader or just an MCU fan, what your perception of it was. No right or wrong answers, but yeah. Where can people find you if they want to go see more of you?
At Ashlyn Acock on Instagram and Twitter, and then we have our TikTok, HBHS
Podcasts. Yes, and if you want to see more of me, I'm on this channel, Harsh Squints. I'm on Twitch at Harsh Squints, Twitter Harsh Squints. Yeah, and that does it for this episode. We hope you have a great day, and
Bye.
Bye.